Welcome back to Car Culture. As you can see behind me, the guys are barbecuing. It's distracting me from actually doing this production because the food smells so good. I can't wait to finish here and get something from that grill. Our second feature, which is WR Reaz, that's our speed feature. Everyone knows WR Reaz, so there's no need for me to introduce him. He's on Facebook, he's on the radio, he's on TV. Now he's on Car Culture. Reaz, tell me how long now you've been doing motor racing?
Motor racing is just about, actually November we should be completing a little bit over 4 years. A little bit over 4 years I think, because it was in November that I actually started motor racing. So this will actually complete getting into 4 years as it is.
So why you choose motor racing?
Growing up as a child, every Sunday morning it was like a ritual to look at Formula One. With the likes of Ayrton Senna, and then there's Michael Schumacher, who is still at the end of the day in motor racing world, a hero in my books. And I've grown up knowing that Marlboro, grown up knowing that Ferrari cars all the time. Win, lose or draw, I'm still a Ferrari fan, right? So it's like a passion as a child growing up. Maybe I can recall looking at motor racing from the age of probably 6, 7, maybe there's about. So it's that, I guess. You wake up every Sunday morning, I want to be Michael Schumacher. And that has left an impression on me growing up into a teenager, growing up into an adult. I think those days molded me to get into motor racing.
I don't know which group you're running right now.
Well, currently, still on off, it was what was called the Starlet, the Too Fast. Then it's now, well, it was Group 3 up to last year. It's now the Starlet group. So we're running into the Starlet group right now, and looks decent for the moment.
So you're running at 82 Starlet, EP82 Starlet. Tell me, you got into motor racing, how come you ended up with a Starlet in the first place?
Well, it looks like it was the fastest car, the cheapest car to put together, a Toyota car. I had the car in my possession. It was allowed in rookie. It was allowed to run the rookie group. It wasn't an intention, well, you know what? Probably I'll go down the road. I say, you know what, I'll take the car out. I'll do a rookie race or two. I'll see how it goes. And it started from that. So hence we remain Starlet. And I'm one of the guys, like many other guys, that have been fighting to hold the Starlet group, because, we've invested so much. And then you love driving. I drive one actually on the road, well, a Glanza also on the road. So I guess, it's that kept me into a Starlet group. I'm still looking to move to another group down the road with another car as well. Like what everyone seems to be doing these days. Everyone seems to be going a Honda craze in the Caribbean. So the Hondas seems to be taking over. And if you can't beat them, you join them. So I'm getting into that road as well.
All right, tell me a bit about the style that you're running. Tell me the engine configuration, what suspension you have,
Well, as it is, as of the last race, which was completed in the day-night race, which was not successful for us. Other than I was a little bit skeptical racing under that light condition. It was not successful. We had a computer failure on the Starlet as it is. We were running a 4E previous to that meet. We have now developed into a 5E because the Starlet group, could accommodate the 4E or 5E, add a little bit of weights. And then we're looking at if that group 2 be abolished, we could go to a 5E package into group 3 as it is. So we're running a 5E, full internals from cams to headers to pistons, rods, rings, shims, suspension, tunable suspension as it is. All the specs that you think about, we've been running. We did a little bit more modification this race meet. We've gone to a full-born 3-core aluminum radiator, so it lighter. We look a little bit to lighten the car, though we are actually probably going to be adding a little bit of weight into the 5E group as it is.
And suspension-wise?
Suspension, we're running a brand that is called XYZ that is proven to me to be of good. I have some friends who might not know about it, but some friends who have been senior into racing, they're running it on their cars and they like it. I've been running between an XYZ and testing the XYZ and the D2s as it is. And this is just my opinion at the end of the day. It's an easier suspension in my books. Someone else might differ on that. For me, or the teens, I had some guys like my friend Afraz had a few laps with the car with the XYZ, and he's using D2s now. He was using teens, and he's like, it's day night over the two. But again, just my opinion at the end of the day. Everyone else opinion, they drive and they use whatever they use.
Tell me, what was the highest point of motor racing for you, and which was the lowest?
The highest point is racing a rookie race and leaving. That was my very last rookie race. Leaving the pack, entering turn 2, and leaving the pack at like about exiting the gooseneck. I still have like that memory that still lingers in my head. The lowest point is every time the car shuts down. My entire team, they see that disappointment in me, but I still have that fuel. Because of backings from the entire team MMR, some really close friends that give me that extra energy. You know what? I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit, and I wouldn't be. I'll be bold enough to say, motor racing have not been successful, the drive that I wanted it to be. But in life, you win some, you lose some. At the end of the day, though, I cherish what I do because it is just a hobby. Putting together the car is sometimes stressful, but it's just a hobby for me at the end of the day. It's not about proving points. It's just about me going out and drive and have fun and have my close friends and team just giving me that back in. Hey, that matters in my books.
All right. Do you think, with the starlets, and we know we had issues with starlet groups over the years, with weights and rule changes and so on. What would you like to see done to accommodate the car that you're running?
As it is, I think we're at a point that we really can't do anything else. I don't think we could do anything else in terms of weight. Everyone is fighting on a tire right now. We're on a tire because of pricing on a tire. Do we run the Hoosiers, or do we run something like a Toyo R888 or a Hankook with something like I think it's a 280 treadwear, somewhere about that. I am still on a way on that. If all of us agree that we will go with like a Hankook or one brand tire, or we will run the Hoosiers, that is it. Some of the guys who think that they get more power say the Hoosiers. In my book, if you want it to be economical, then let us go with the cheaper tire. In my book, I don't mind driving any one of the tires. As a matter of fact, come November, I will secure that X tire, because with the inclement weather November, with me securing like a Toyo 888, it is proven in a November meet already. I could get the advantage as it is.
How about sponsorship for you? I know you have a lot of sponsors. You do a lot of publicity for your sponsors and so on. How is that going?
Well, you said it. I think all the drivers need to start stepping up publicity game. We had this chat, I think, the last race meet. Someone sometimes say, WR, you're putting out a flyer every time, you're putting out a picture like you're showing off. But you know what? I don't see it like that. PR is my world of business, so I see it as PR. Hence, today my car could be powered by about 12 companies as it is. So I'm happy that the sponsors are sticking, although we might not be a victorious car. They're sticking because they're seeing social media publicity, they're seeing radio publicity, they're seeing TV publicity. Sometimes when it comes to the race meet, I will throw that, if the main client, I'll throw your logo on my road cars for about a month. I want to give back clients. We do t-shirts, we do so much. So I am pleased with the support from the business community on 397. I'm happy as it is. But at the end of the day, I would really love to see the sport develop by every single driver to do that. I'm seeing a few has been starting to do it, and I would love for all the other drivers to come out and let your team push your car. Let people get to be acquainted with your number. 29 is Danny Passor, 213 is Sharima. Get to know these car numbers so that when you come, you see, I guess this comes back to when I was going to motor racing back in the days. I used to see cars just going around in a circle. I don't know who is who. I don't know who is driving. I don't know who is what. So sometimes when you come to a November meter, sometimes I share you a flyer. Even if you throw that flyer away, that's fine. You look at it, 397. We can look for this man and see what happens with it. whether you turn it over, whether you fly up, but it sticks. And that has proven to work for us. The formula works, we're not going to break it.
Tell me a bit about the other car that you have now.
Well, the other car, the Honda Civic, first meet that we put that Honda Civic into it, which will be going out to the 1600 class. I really enjoy driving that car. I just came in, we were late. I just striked in and we got to run that car as it is. We drive the car because it's all road legal right now, so it was retarded, but I love driving it. It runs a B16 at the moment, runs a stock Honda computer, runs a stock Honda suspension. We could do a little bit tweaking on that, but I really had just one race, starting at like about 13 at the back of the pack on that day. Somewhere between 6 there's about to end the race. I am excited for the next race meet to actually invest into that Honda B16 come the next race meet. So run that in the 1600 class. My view down the road, like a 2017, is putting that car, raising that level up, probably put it into the Group 2, maybe a K20. But first, let's see how that B16 run and how it runs in the 1600 class.
Driving the B16 non-turbo as opposed to your 1300, there's a vast difference, but you still enjoy the normally aspirated car?
I really do. There's more power on the turbocharged car, but there are more responsibilities on your shoulders. A turbocharged car, you have about 6 gauges in a turbocharged car. You need to focus on every single one. You need to cool the car at the end of the day. You might get 5 or 3 hot laps, cool, then fire it back again. That's the advantage because you have more power. With the B16 and the Honda, man, you just drive that. You just drive it to the limit. If you want whole day, it's fine. It's a more comfortable car. It's a more relaxed car. And I could assess that by one race, only one race, and didn't get the car to its full potential as yet. And more than likely, we will change the wrapping on this car. It's been on the car for like 2 years. So we will change. We have not come up with a concept as yet. I have my graphics team formulating, giving me some ideas. But both cars, even if we remain this wrap, it means that the Honda will wrap in the same. But it's more than likely we'll go to a fresh look come November. A fresh look in November.
Thanks a lot for your time, man.
Thank
and
you.
Good luck.
Thank you so much indeed.